with just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders... Khalil.
Let's go! finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you both find not just a field goal, but a touchdown in your opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder.
Return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out in center, first and 10. Little Saquon Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4. On 4th down, Hurts. He's got it to his running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throwing from Hurts. Avoid some trouble there. He's still on the offense. They're going to get there and they'll drop it. Offense has a wide pass. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. This finds Smith. And he's tackled out to get this to the opposing 46. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, Ronald Barkley. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. There's another carry for Barkley. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Hurts the throw. Short pass brought in. It's a kickoff up 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That one's incomplete over the middle. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that makes it 3rd down. Motioning him from the slot right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Dallas Goedert, the touchdown. He misses the point after, so this stays the 6-point game. Following a missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. shotgun. It's Allen. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Allen setting up play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He has the first down. And he has it up towards midfield.
Third down, nonetheless. He took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut big, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He's trying another one deep. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. And you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead, here's Cook. He'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stay next to each other. Sure, I love it. He created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I don't want to kill that real fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Allen on the play action. He rolls to his right. He takes it himself. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
It's Keon Coleman. And he's brought down. They didn't mark him at the 14. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down. It's Allen out of the pistol. Chased out to his right. He came there to bring him in near the sideline. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
The cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. To the air again, Allen. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked out by James Bradbury. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown and check down, throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that hit.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now Hurts. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Jukes right to fakes throw. He might break away. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big...
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl 33. It's the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in the LGA. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. This is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback that comes through that quarterback. And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now. Because our dads, when they see rookie quarterbacks going into the impact, it can be 2, 3, and 4 days. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play. And these guys as competitors, they took the rap so much, they don't have to be on the field. We are underway from Atlanta. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB. the young man out of Oregon.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now. This is Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, here's Nix. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. If he finishes up this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to keep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Penix working out of the gun here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Penix. This one into the hands of Pitts. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 74 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now the try here for the extra point.
Go get that field goal.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter. They're tied 7-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tight extra play drive that time. Now as they kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll go play action with Nix. It's caught on the right side. Williams. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Off the play fake. Nix. Throwing right, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Nix to throw again. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Third and 4. They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw is Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now motion left with Moody. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep and instead head off up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
In motion goes McLeod. A play fake. Now Penix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And London, the motion man right. They'll go play action here with Penix. That's blown downfield by London. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Robinson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Robinson, and Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board. Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it, they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. To the air, Penix. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Short throw caught by Pitts. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. In motion goes McLeod. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Looking to throw, Penix. Working in the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Falcons first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll throw with Penix. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Caught left side, Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing Nix. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing. And he does exactly that. Picks up the first down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer picks it up for the first down.
Nix to the air. He'll get that complete to Vele. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. He was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Nix. And he winds him to throw that one away. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
Now, just nitpicking. And it's not
I appreciate it, fam. I got you.
don't have it like to spit.
Made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Penix. It's complete to Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Looking to throw, Penix. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to McLeod. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
To throw, here's Nix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they have 1 remaining here as we head to halftime. Third and 19. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And a very short pick up there across the 15 to the 16. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. On the return is Williams. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. They're able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them in the gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Get some points on the board. Do this offense.
A play fake. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.